my career started, my tour started in high school. South Miami, Coral Gables, Coral Park, South Ridge. So, imagínate.
Dare I ask why you changed school so much?
Well, a couple of evictions, we had to get in and out of places quick, had to figure things out. Pero gracias a Dios, Lanceta was always there, which was Abuelita's house. And so in Coral Park, I really got a chance to use these skills, whatever, whatnot, because a lot of kids were doing it at the time, which was freestyling and battling. So when I would be freestyling, battling, 15-minute break or lunch, it would create these crowds. You're talking about 75 to 150 kids. And as soon as you see that from the outside in, it looks like a fight. So the teacher ran up in it, trying to figure out what it was. And she looked at her, she seen me rapping. And when I finished, she pulled me to the side. She was my drama teacher, but she didn't know I was in the class, but she didn't know I was rapping. And then she said, well, you do this every day? She was young, okay? So she understood the whole movement. And she said, you do this every day? I said, yeah. She said, you attract these many kids? I said, actually, probably more sometimes, to be honest with you. She said, you know what, you got something there. Talented. I said, oh, wow. Perfect. So when she gave me that, she said to me, look, only one thing I'm going to ask of you is, I believe in you, and the only thing I want is when you make it, to mention me at your award shows. When you receive your first award, she told me. And I was like, oh, come on, Miss Martinez. So I wear this. So when I get to this video shoot, and I get the opportunity to battle the next up-and-coming hot rapper, which his name was Dragon. He was a part of DMX's crew, which was called Rough Riders. And when I got a chance to get in there with him, they told me Swiss Beats was right here. Dragon, Swiss Beats starts like beatboxing, and then Dragon, nah, I don't need a beat. And Swiss says, well, I give him 3 rounds, and he's gonna burn you. His name's Dragon. He's a dragon, Wow. Perfecto. I'm just so excited. A mí no me importa si me quema o no me quema, pero tengo la oportunidad. Y empezamos ahí, and it went like 8 rounds. Pero yo estaba ahí, olvídate, Rough Riders, Nueva York, Miami, flipping it English and Spanish. Had a bunch of Hialeah guys behind me. They were going crazy. So, all I had to do was say Mango Hill, and it was on. I said, we got skills. One time, Mango Hill. Woo! So that's how I ended up winning. Thank God I had everybody with me. And I got the attention of Irv Gotti. And this is when music started for me. Because if freestyle, you take it, and I'm effective time like I kind of do, you're not really paying attention to it. And Irv Gotti pulls me to the side and he says, hey kid, you're the one causing all this ruckus up here. And yo, 17 años, imagínate guapo. Yeah. And he goes, so do you write? I said, nah, I don't write, I just freestyle. He said, oh yeah, freestyle. He said, that shit is great, but it don't make no money. I said, oh, wrong answer. So, that's when it started. That one line is what told me, no, but I gotta start writing music, I gotta start making records. And then I really respected Irv Gotti because at the time he didn't really have the whole Murder Inc. movement going, or Ja Rules and exploding. And this guy just came one after the other. It was like Ja Rule, Ashanti, number one album, records. And I was like, wow, he just told me about this about a year and a half ago. And it really taught me on how you can get an idea or a record or a movement and make it global, And that's when it started for me. So imagínate, ahí tienen la historia, straight from the perritos mouth instead of the horse's mouth.
And you went to the award show and you said thank you to Mrs. Martinez.
I did, of course. I said to her at the award show. Unless I get really nervous. I do get nervous when I get up there and I get those awards. Si digo algo mal, mi abuelita va a llamarme y decir, pásate de cara. As far as I know you want me, you guys understand, this is called the music business. So when I say literally it's 90% business, 10% talent, that's exactly what it is. If you understand that, then you can start to do business in the music business. Now, I Know You Want Me was a record that was already out. So basically I look at the record and I do my own survey. I say, okay, already playing on the radio with nothing on it, already in the clubs, people dancing to it. So just imagine if you would have put some words on this that were a little catchy. Wow. I told you there's no genius to what I do. I keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Simplicity is the key to success. So I had let it linger down here in Miami. It was playing. And then Robbie Fernandez finally got his hands on the instrumental. He said, man, why don't you just try something on it? Porque, imagínate, I think we're on this one too late. I Know You Want Me was the record Kata had, which was Corey Patin, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. And I heard that one on tour that year, the whole time on the tour bus. And I said, well, no, I Know You Want Me. Okay, this is catchy. People can sing it to each other in the club. The beat is great. Let's put it together. Boom. There you have it. That's basically how I Know You Want Me came about. Once we put it out there, the record caught fire and became a global record. I learned a lot from I Know You Want Me, but I Know You Want Me was also one of my first records on my freedom statement. You guys hear me in interviews and when I speak about it, I always speak about goals. 9 was freedom. 8 was my best year because I got, like my friend says, he says, it's your best year because you got free, which is when we won the case against TBT Records, right? So 09 was freedom, 10 invasion, 11 build empire, 12 grow wealth, and then 13 of me put the puzzle together. So I always say it so you guys can watch it and go, wow, chamaco tan taya. You know? The thing is that the more you speak about it, the more you put it out there, the more you move that way, somehow, some way it all comes together. And I Know You Want Me was part of the Freedom Year, and I got a chance to see, and it was a part of the global movement, because my music was always around the world, but since the record label that I was at wouldn't clear it, it was too much red tape, too many politics, and no one wanted to do business with me. And so as soon as I Know You Want Me got out there, it was like, boom! And I learned a lot from that record.
But I Know You Want Me, you added that 1, 2, 3, 4 at the very end,
because,
didn't you?
imagínate, well, I added in between the breaks, because everybody can count, and the little kids want to learn how to count. So I became, you know, not Pitbull, cuando los chamaquitos me vieran, ¿sabes? En 2009, they look at me and be like, ah, mira, mami, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my name. That's how the kids knew me, but that's how I knew it was a hit. I was like, ooh, if he's 2 years old saying that, this is a monster. But I say, I survey, I do my own case studies, believe it or not. When I perform, when I'm up on the stage, I'm studying you guys as much as you think. I'm having the time of my life, don't get me wrong. I'm up there enjoying myself, but I watch what parts of the breaks make them jump, what parts of the beat makes them stop, makes them go. And that's basically how we put our own puzzles together when it comes to the records.
Well, you talk about it being 10% talent and 90% business, and you've been, by business, you mean business and hustling and all of this, because you really, I've used the word hustle a lot this conference, but you really hustled like crazy, no? I remember you would deliver the tapes to all the DJs in Miami. And
yeah, no, that was definitely a part of the movement when it was like 01, you know, 2000, 2001, it was all about the mixtapes. And it got to the point where, which DJ Last was a big part of that, he taught me how to come in and not be aggressive or annoying. There's nothing wrong with being persistent, but there's a difference, you know, there's a fine line. It's almost like love and hate, persistence and annoyance. It's right there, so you gotta know when to hold back. But it got to the point where I knew what the DJs like to drink. I knew when they were gonna play the record. I would bring the record to them with their name on it already. So by the time the DJ got the record and he'd hear, there's not, one thing a DJ loves is to hear his name on a record. That's up for sure. So for any artist out there, it's called a drop. You do a drop on the record saying, it's Pitbull with DJ Fulano and I, and we about to put it down. All the women put their hands up. Oh, the guy looks like the man in the club. Okay? The people don't know if you're there or you're not there. His stock with women just went through the roof. And he got a free drink. Why wouldn't he play my record?
Oye, of all the hit songs, what's the one, and I know it's a hard question, but really, what's the one you're proudest of that you say, my God, aquí sí me la comí?
Look, no, yo siempre me la estoy comiendo. You're setting me up, ladies. Alley-oops. ¡Bam!
En Colombia, you know, somos mucho más.
Sí, como no. Asesina. Colombia, boy, that's an interesting country. No, it's very, very sharp. You gotta be careful. If I had a Colombian woman every time I worked a record, imagínate. I wouldn't be in the record business no more. I'd be through the roof. Be straight. Now check this out. Let's see. What was the question again? Most important, the record that got me. Okay, here we go.
No, record that you're most proud of.
Coincidentally, the biggest record of my life has been "Give Me Everything." Not only #1 in the United States, but #1 all around the world. "Give Me Everything" is the record that I'm most proud of. I'm gonna tell you why. Not because it was #1 all around the world and none of that. Gracias a Dios, but because I got a chance to show the world how I took my life from negative to positive. So when you start off a record like that and you say, me not working hard, yeah, right, picture that with a Kodak. Matter of fact, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak. That's showing our struggle. That's showing why my parents were immigrants and came to this country looking for freedom, for opportunity. Those little lines right there, and when I tell you, I took my life from a negative to a positive. I just want y'all to know that. I use those lines as motivational, they inspire, and I let everybody know exactly what I mean by it. That's why it's so important to me. Because when I was younger, and my mother, if she could take me to school, some days she could, some days she couldn't, she would play a tape for me, and we would go, but she played a tape for me that was probably the most important part of my life. I just didn't even know it, but it was by Anthony Robbins. And Anthony Robbins is someone that's always motivated. So the tape was always about motivation. At the time, I didn't want to hear it. And if I went to go touch the radio, she'd be like, "Tu pa este gallo?" No, entonces no me toca el radio. So as it became subliminal, I started liking Anthony Robbins. I started understanding that failure is the mother of all success. I started understanding it's okay to lose, it's okay to fall. That's the only way you win. You know, I'm listening to this guy who's constantly telling me, "Oh, no te preocupes, everything's gonna be all right. Miss the shot, you're gonna make the next one." So you took this and you applied it to the music business because you have a lot of artists who are afraid to put out records, who are afraid to step out of the category, and that's why they'll say, "Hey, what kind of music do you do? Is it crunk? Is it reggaeton? Is it hip hop? Is it things?" No, it's music, and now it's global music. That's it. There's no category to it. Because once you give yourself a category, I feel, because during like the reggaeton movement, everybody's like, "No, porque el género." Without knowing, you're limiting yourself to a género. You know, instead of saying, "No, porque la música. And I study all that. I watched all that, and it's helped a lot of the growth. But that you guys see, it comes that record to me. Why it's so important to me, and when I perform it, I mean, every night that I perform it to me is, I get the chills. And de todo un poco.